morning. This is the beginning of the series. We're going to start our cooking series this week, and we're going to be here in the kitchen. And this series is going to be really unique in the fact that I am an old Southern girl, and I want to show that we can still enjoy the recipes that we grew up with and still have our macros and everything in order. So we're going to take old-time favorites and we're going to convert them to healthy options and really enjoy it. I look forward to y'all's feedback. So we'll get started with the day. Today we're going to do Carolina barbecue chicken, but I'm going to put it in the crock pot. That way it'll cook itself, and then we're going to adjust it to how we like to eat with our macros. So at the beginning of each set week series recipe, we're going to go ahead and we are going to show you the old cookbooks. I collect a lot of old cookbooks, a lot of old recipes. We're going to show you the cookbook, we're going to show you the original recipe, and then we're going to move forward, and when we get to the end after the process and the little YouTube video, then I will show you the converted recipe and the nutrients in it, so that you'll see how you can fit it into your macros diet, and it should be fun. Alright, here we go. I'm going to start putting everything together, and you'll just see snippets of it as we go, and I look forward to interacting with y'all and see what you think. Okay, so I will assemble all my ingredients right together. And the one thing that you really want to keep in mind here is a crock pot is very versatile. You can cook large amounts. I have changed this up. The original recipe has called for a whole broiled chicken or a fryer, just a whole chicken, whichever one, but that's a lot of fat. So we're going to use boneless, skinless chicken breast, and that'll be okay. It shouldn't dry out at all because we're going to have moisture in there. You put the lid on and seals it. It cooks. One thing that I always do, even without the skin on the chicken, is that I will layer the bottom like a little grate with carrots or celery, and I just put them in there. It'll add a little extra flavor. I've got my favorite seasonings. You can add the seasonings you want, but one thing that is very important that I want you to remember: whenever you can add garlic or onions to the recipe. That'd be great, but we're all on time constraints. So what I do is I use sometimes garlic powder and onion powder, not the salt. Garlic salt and garlic powder have salt. These do not. So that is just a good thing to remember, because you don't want to retain that water. Another thing, a lot of people are using the coconut oil now, and I do use it sometimes. I love olive oil, and we're replacing that. It calls for 1/4 pound of butter. Well, that would add a little bit more fat than we probably want. So I'm just going to use the olive oil, and we're going to go from there. We're going to put it all in the pot and let her go. Just make a little grate or a little rack to lay your chicken breast over. Just keeps them from getting soggy or sitting down in any oil and grease. Again, I told you we're going to use the boneless, skinless chicken breast. If you don't have boneless, skinless chicken breast, take the skin off of whatever you got and put in there. You can also use a whole chicken on this, but I'm just trying to lean it up. So we'll have our best macro count. Just layer it in there on your little rack of carrots. That way it doesn't sit down and it's just kind of cooking it. This is a great way to cook chicken and just leave it all day. Wash my hands. So now we've got the chicken laid in there, and I'm just going to pour the mixture of the lemon juice, the olive oil, the water, and the apple cider vinegar. Again, you can use any kind of vinegar you want. I just like apple cider. You could use balsamic, it doesn't matter. I'm just pouring it all over there for our moisture in the pot. And again, it called for butter, but I'm using olive oil, which is a healthy option, but a lot of you like the coconut oil. That's the new fad. Go with what you have and what you like. So now I poured all of that in there, and it's just under the base so that moisture will run. And I'm just going to put my spices on. Again, I told you garlic powder, not garlic salt. Onion powder, not onion salt. That puts too much sodium. and just enough for some flavor. Or you could use real garlic and real onions. Pepper. And the salt that I use, I'm really liking now the pink Himalaya salt because you don't retain as much water because it's not processed like white salts. So it's more natural. And there we go. So now I'm going to put the lid on it. And if you want it to cook longer on a crock pot, you know, you just put it on low and let it go longer if you're not going to be home for 8 hours. Or you can put it on high and have it in about 3-4 hours. So I just lock it all in there. And you're good to go. So this is why I love a crock pot. I have gotten up, done my menu for the day, got the stuff cooking in the crock pot. Then I went to the gym, come back, I worked in the office for a few hours, ran a few errands, laid out by the pool for an hour, and now it is time to take the chicken out. It's done. I'll just add all of my sides with it, and we'll have a great meal. But you cannot beat the crock pot. They're just falling apart. Look at that. So perfect for shredding, to put into all kinds of recipes. Okay, I've taken the chicken out of the crock pot and let it cool to where I can handle it. Now what we're going to do, because it just really, it gets so tender and loose, I'm going to come in here and just shred it like this with a fork. And you can leave it in clumps, you can get a little bit more, and you're going to be able to use this. You can eat it however you want, with sauce. You can make tacos. I think tonight we're going to do ours on a shredded chicken salad. Save it. This is great for your meal prepping for several meals this week. You can just do anything you want, tacos and all, and see just how it falls apart. Then just put it in your containers, and you will have shredded chicken for the week.